Hi lovelies and welcome back. I'm trying to spice some things up, so if you notice some things are different. For this episode I have my trusty manifestations handbook and little notebook, and I wrote down some ideas of things that I want to talk to you guys about. I actually filmed a video already where I was at the park, but I'm having a really bad moment with my skin. I think my skin hasn't been this damaged and hurt and inflamed in a really long time, and I'm having difficulty managing it. I'm always someone that doesn't wear makeup and only wears sunblock and everything. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but in this video I'm wearing makeup because I'm trying to cover up my skin and feel a little bit more confident. Making videos where you're constantly putting yourself out there and then you have to watch back the video, it's kind of difficult sometimes because I recorded that video in the park and I couldn't get I loved the things that I was saying, but I couldn't get myself to post that video because it was the sun hitting in my face, the camera was so close, all of my acne was so HD to the max. You can see that one of my tooth is more yellow, and I talked to you guys about how I'm feeling and navigating loving myself and embracing my insecurities in the past two videos, so I think you guys get where my head is at with all of this. And I think I'm just going to touch on what I talked about in that video because I think it was kind of funny. For the people that have been, I was a little bit very exposing myself in that video. I feel like people love watching other people expose themselves on the internet, right? And it's just so funny to me because I also love it. I love gossiping with my friends. I love all the vibes, and I love being able to be so vulnerable with you guys on the internet because I feel like there's so much taboos and there's so many things that are quote unquote so difficult to talk about, when in reality they're just human things that happen to everybody, and we're all going through these things. And the more that we bottle it up and keep it to ourselves, the more unhappy that we are. And I spent a long while just dealing with everything by myself and really weathering the storm, didn't even tell people that I was struggling, and I was there trying to help others while I was really struggling. And then I realized when you have people that you can actually trust and count on, it's so much more. I even studied this in college. I'm having a course that is a subject that is called the science of happiness, and it's all about this. And there's something about community. I completely lost my train of thought. It's all about happiness and the science behind being happy. And there's such an emphasis on the power of community and how people that have a strong community, a partner, family, friends, prosper more in their life because they feel safe and they feel held and nurtured, and they have something to fall back on when they go face their career, etc. If you have a good friend support system, it's so much easier for you to leave that relationship. That's why most people in toxic relationships try to leave you as isolated as they can, so you don't have that to fall back on, so you're kind of stuck there and it's more difficult for you to leave that, right? I If you guys have been watching my videos for the past year, I'm editing my videos into shorts, and I watched some back that I was I can't even make this a short. Whoever watched it, I'm gonna leave it up. I even privated one, but then I put it back because I think it's all part of life. I went through a moment in my celibacy that I thought I was gonna wait till marriage. I was kind of like a born again virgin vibes, and I couldn't with the fact that I thought that and that I wanted to do that, and I was envious of the people that were still virgins and everything. It's just so funny to me. I don't know. I think there's so much religious, not manipulation, but there's so much religious guilt and shame, and people try to put that denseness and that heavy energy onto others. And I think I was so scared of leaving my celibacy and my process. I was so scared of getting hurt again that staying celibate and finding reasons to why I should stay celibate for longer were really kind of keeping me in this safety and like a cocoon. But I have to say, guys, I did indeed end my celibacy and I had sex. I did it in a way that I thought would be the most like ideal and with someone that was safe and tranquil and everything went smoothly. I have to say it was the most underwhelming sexual experience encounter that I have ever had in my whole life. It was kind of like I went back to being a virgin. And I wasn't in my most sensual and like energy, obviously, after being so long celibate and still navigating and finding myself back into that energy. And I think I attracted a partner that was also in an energy similar, not in the celibacy, but in like the, I don't know. I'm not gonna like explain it or say too much about it, but it wasn't like the best thing ever. It's funny because I think I was imagining how it would be for so long. It's kind of like what your first time. It's kind of like I went back in time after having had sex for so many times, spending so long without it, and then having it. It was literally like losing my virginity again, and it was underwhelming. Maybe a little less underwhelming, but similar to my first time. At least this time, it wasn't with a neon green condom. I don't know if any of you guys that are listening to this now have seen my video that I talk about that. How I lost my first time, how I lost my virginity. Maybe I only did that for the Patreon. I don't know, maybe I didn't talk about it with you guys. I'm not sure. There's so many videos that I did recently that I honestly, I can't remember, but maybe if I haven't, when I finish editing my videos, I'll see if I said it or not, and then I can come and tell you guys. But wait, let me just restart the camera. I honestly think it's like the best thing ever sharing these things with you guys, and it brings me so much like it's like all like the weight of it just gets taken off of my back because I'm like, if I can say this on the internet, then it's not that deep. I think the less dense we are about things and the more like easy breezy flowing that we are, the more that things happen in the way that they should, and the more that we're able to let things go and not give it a like importance greater than we can handle, or that we like a heavier weight than we can carry. And I know that talking to my friends about relationships and issues and everything, it's so bad when you keep it all to yourself and like bottled up because it becomes something so shameful and you're so scared of facing it and sharing it with someone, and you're scared of hearing someone's opinion about it, and you end up vibrating at a frequency that is very like low vibrational and sad and dense, and it's like a snowball effect of you not being able to get out of that situation. When I started talking about my issues with my friends and started talking about my trauma and therapy and with people that I love and that are really close to me, the impact and like the fastness in which I started overcoming my issues was honestly like miraculous. So I would really, really, really recommend. And now I'm so excited. I decided to take back like a step back from dating. I keep oscillating. I started the year so excited because I was like, I'm gonna dedicate this whole year to me, myself, and I, and let's see like how much progress I made by the end of the year. I was really in my workout grind, and I was so focused on everything professional, and things really didn't go in the way that I expected. In like January, I started going out with three different guys and navigating dating, and then I got really overwhelmed and I stopped dating at all. And then I got a surgery done, and I had to be like resting so I couldn't work out. And the surgery that I did kind of left me a little bit in more of like a depressed energy because I had to be like really resting for like a good 2 months. So I was basically like laying down for like almost like a whole month, like doing like the bare minimum, not leaving my house, walking as little as I could, and it really took a toll on my mental health. I think it might have been one of like the lowest that I've ever been, and that really put me off wanting to post videos. I felt really like I should give up, but I just felt really tired and I didn't feel aligned with it anymore. And I was also feeling like super single, like focusing on myself, but like low key, like really struggling. It's funny because I went getting like my sparkle back in the last few months because the surgery that I did was in like the middle of the year. And sometimes I'm just like in my car listening to music, driving, or going on a walk, and I'm just like, thank God I'm happy again, and thank God I feel good. And then I faced like the empath in my heart again of like I should put myself out there because we're humans. We desire relationships and connections, and like everything, like New Year, New Me, everything got kind of messed up, lost in translation. So it was pretty difficult for me to, I don't know, just like focus on myself and keep the grind because like everything got lost. I wasn't doing 75 hard anymore. I wasn't, I was losing hope in my career. I was thinking I should just be a therapist and not post on social media. 'Cause social media is a journey, right? I don't know. Hopefully I persist and maybe years down the line it will work out. Hopefully, if not, this is like a good outlet, and if I'm reaching a few people, it makes me happy. And it's just honestly, when I get like one comment, I'm like saying that I helped. I'm just like, thank God, like this is what I'm here for, and it's so exciting to be creative, and I just really love it. So while I love it, I'll keep persisting. And I'm so thankful that you guys are watching this, and whoever's watching this, I'm sending you a hug. And I don't know, I'm like finally getting my will to live back, and my joy, and my gratitude, and my purpose. I'm reconnecting with my soul's like desire and mission. I'm back to writing, and while I was falling in love back with life again, I realized that the only aspect of my life that I was still neglecting was the romantic, and that it wasn't going to be natural for me, a hopeless romantic, to spend like a whole year completely not crushing or desiring to pursue anything. So I downloaded Bumble, which sounds kind of like just so random for me, right? But I downloaded it and I started talking to people, and I went on a date with the guy from Switzerland. And it was super nice. It was honestly lovely. I love myself a non-Brazilian person. I think I've shared this with you guys that I've lived abroad, and my first boyfriend was actually South African, and I always studied in schools that had like exchange students and people that were living there because of like their parents' jobs. So I always interacted with a lot of nationalities. I was even doing a list with one of my friends about all the nationalities that I have made out with, and I thought it was so funny. Okay, I'll do it with you guys. I feel like some people out there are curious. I don't know. Maybe it's just my desire to share with you guys, but I feel like some of you guys are like which ones? It's okay. Let's think. My first boyfriend was South African. We didn't make out, but we did kiss. And then Brazilians, Argentinians, Chile, which is funny because I lived in Argentina and Chile, but I didn't have the age to make out with anybody when I lived there. And then Australians, the guy from Switzerland, Germans, Italians. Let me think. Americans, British people, one British guy, British people, British nation. um, I think that's it. Maybe I'm forgetting someone or something. For now, I think that's it. And it's so funny. I don't know. I'm losing track. I'm just really enjoying talking to you guys right now. I haven't felt like this in such a long time. I feel like I'm reverting back to my roots of just really, really enjoying just sitting here and having like bestie gossip and just really, I don't know. I'm just really appreciating you guys. This is feeling so good. It's funny because I was doing my makeup to start filming this video and I just did it in the ratchiest way. My whole face was orange. I was like, ugh, am I even gonna post this video? Like, should I have washed my hair? Like, should I just go spend some time with my family and watch a movie and like relax? I've been so on the go doing absolutely everything these past weeks and I haven't had a time to myself just to sit and talk. And it's funny, it's sit and be with myself and like clean my house, clean my space, restart. I'm on the journey to like clean my whole house because I feel like it's really needing it. But I don't know, it's so good to be doing this. I feel like I'm getting like my thoughts in order and I'm just talking to you guys. What I said in the other video that I was at the park was that I went out with my friend and like all of her friends and everybody has boyfriends and I keep feeling like I'm like the last single person alive in existence and everybody was like kind of having like a difficult time in their relationships and I was seeing like the flip side, like I was there alone and having like the time of my life and really enjoying my time with like my best friend that is like one of my favorite people on earth. So if I'm with her, I'm having the time of my life. And it's funny because all of these people are also friends with my friend, but because they were there with their boyfriends and like the vibes weren't the most like uplifting, I guess, they weren't having the best time. And then I realized that I really wasn't missing out on much not having a boyfriend these past few years because I had the time to develop the most beautiful relationship with myself and to really truly like in the essence of the word fall in love with myself, get to know myself and fall in love with myself in the most like transcendental way ever that I would have probably never got the chance to do if I was still in a relationship because I wouldn't have had the laser focus on like this is just me right now. What do I want to do? I started living by myself. I've been living by myself for the past 2 years and a half, I think. And just how do I want to decorate my house? What movie do I want to watch? What music do I want to listen to? When do I enjoy working out, reading? Just everything. It's just me and discovering myself and not having like any outside influence. And it's just magnificent and I'm so happy. Even though I spend a few of these moments like kind of like longing for someone to cuddle me and to be there with someone, I was just like, oh my god, girl, thank god. You know the thing that it's like, I thought that he was fun, but actually I'm fun and he was just there. Like the only certainty that we have in our life, like I was born with someone because I'm a twin, but when they removed me out of the stomach because I was born like cesarean, I came out alone at 11:11, bitch, like magic, and I came out of that stomach and I was just like, it's me. Okay, I have my sister, but we're not tied together like my mom always says, and the only person that will be there every single second of my existence is myself. And to have such a beautiful relationship with myself guarantees that my life will be 1,000 times sweeter, better, and genuine, aligned with my soul, my purpose, and my true desires. I don't know, girlies, I have like a list of videos, ideas, and things I wanted to talk about, but I'm stuck on the subject. I'm stuck on just being here with you guys. I thought that this was looking a little too nun-like, so I think this is giving more subtle, sexy vibes. It's funny because I always joke that it's kind of like that pendulum thing that I always talk to you guys about. Like the more everything in life is about finding the balance, like the middle term, peace, right? Harmony, equilibrium. I'm always gonna say that, but I think that's a Brazilian word. But I'm the type of person to be like, woo, let me go to Carnival and like make out with like 30 people and fall in love with 10. And then let me spend like 6 months without talking to a single person and be like completely a monk and like meditating in like the mountain. And it's funny because there's a meme that is so like prevalent to me that I love. I'll try to insert these memes for you guys to see because I love dynamic videos, but I'm just so excited sometimes to post the videos that if I spend a long time editing them, it's gonna, I don't know, it's gonna be like more intense in a way that the energy might be kind of off-putting. And I'm trying to do everything like easy. Like everything that flows, I'm going with. Everything that there's resistance, I'm stepping back because I don't want to burn out. I'm very conscious on how much I can handle and how much I can do and maintain a state of happiness. Because at the end of the day, like you can be broke and happy, and you can be like a millionaire and be super unhappy. Nothing will actually matter if internally I am not safe and happy. And I take that to the, like I take that to like my literal heart and like yes. But I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys about these things later. I was gonna go on like 2 days this weekend, but I realized that I really need to stay home, hydrate my hair, put like a clay mask on my face, do like at home laser hair removal that I bought a kit that is supposedly FDA approved. But I'm scared to do it. I need to read the instructions and see if I'm gonna do it. And I'm thinking of doing like a butterfly art piece for like the back of my bed that you guys will get to see. So I want to sit down and do that while I listen to music. And I organized my closet, but a part of it's broken, so I want to fix that. I just want to throw away all of my recyclable things that I keep accumulating for the resin throw away. Throw away all of my wine bottles because I'm doing like a detox. And just clean my whole house. I want to feel sparkly, clean, and rid of any denseness and any energy. I'm ready to fly like a fucking butterfly. Is this me coming out of my cocoon? Maybe. I was thinking about going on a date with a guy, but I think I just need me time, honestly, because I haven't had that in the longest time. And then I was thinking about going on a date with another guy that I was kind of on the fence about because he's very intense. He kind of gives me the fact that he would like have like vampire-ish kind of energy because of his intensity. And people that are very like kind of like needy often are the people that most drain you of their energy because they need so much attention and so much that energetically it's like they're tugging on your energy. And I was like, I'll give this guy a chance because he seems really sweet and he seems to be really into me. And I think that's exactly what girls are looking for, right? Someone to treat you right and to really love you and just admire you. So I was like, I'll give him a chance because he's showing me what I want and I want to show the universe that I understand. But at the same time, there's something a little bit off about it. And I texted him yesterday and he texted me back and I was so tired so I just went to sleep. But I kind of stayed with that in my head. And I had the weirdest dream that I got bit by a bat. I was laying here in my bed and a bat came into my bed and bit my neck and my whole neck was inflamed. And the guy I had sex with, he left like a huge bruise in my neck, which was so like unfortunate, honestly. And there were signs that I shouldn't have gone on the date with him. But I went anyways, and it was good because it kind of liberated me from the self-imposed cage that I had put myself into, of like the fear of intimacy and everything, and I was able to overcome that. And now I feel like good things are coming. It's funny because in the beginning of the year I ate grapes under the table with my sisters. We almost choked because you had to eat them so fast. And I got like a gag reflux and everything. My sister also did. And it's funny because I keep thinking like, wow, I really ate those grapes. Everybody was laughing at me on the table for eating the grapes. And it ended up that my sisters ended up eating it with me, but they had boyfriends. And I'm like, universe, are you really going to do this to me? Like, I ate the grapes and I'm not going to get a boyfriend? And I'm going to be lonely on Christmas? Is my family going to make fun of me? don't know, but I also don't care at this point because if I'm alone, it's because this is like my best moment. And this, if there's nothing better than being alone, then being alone fucking is amazing. I'm loving Christmas. I'm trying to convince my mom to give me a little Santa for Christmas. And I don't have a Christmas tree, but maybe I'm gonna go to like one of those really cheap ass stores and ask my mom also to buy me some Christmas things because lately I've been trying to be more financially responsible and I really need to get a job. I'm gonna graduate next year. It's funny because I love doing YouTube, but at the same time that it's kind of like a job, it's kind of like I'm volunteering for like my future self because it's for free, right? At least for now. But yeah, let's see. Now I'm kind of excited. Now I kind of want like a white Christmas, like a white Christmas tree with like pink and like a rainbow threw up on it. Maybe I want it. I don't need anything, but maybe I want it. Maybe my mom will give it to me. Let me do some like searching. And yeah, I guess that's it. I guess what I wanted to say is have the best time fucking dating yourself. And oh, something that I mentioned in the video at the park also that it was like a really big emphasis, which was kind of crazy for me in public talking about this. But I realized that I really wasn't missing out a lot sexually because I had the most amazing sex with myself throughout these whole years. I hate how empathetic and how much I emphasize that. And then when I had sex that wasn't that good, I realized like I have to value myself more. Like the intimacy that I've created with myself. It sounds so vulnerable to say on the internet, but if you're having bad sex in your relationship, girl, leave the man and get a vibrator because you deserve better. You can offer yourself better, and there's so much empowerment in being alone. Sometimes I thought like, are people looking down on me for being single? And then I realized like, no, they're probably thinking like, oh wow, that girl is so cool and so independent. Is something wrong with her? I guess we'll never find out, but I honestly think it's pretty fucking cool that I'm single and that I'm not settling and that I'm developing this beautiful, loving relationship with myself where I can give myself more orgasms than probably any man in the universe. And that's like just the cherry on top of the cake. So don't settle, fall in love with yourself. And if you're looking at people in relationships and thinking like, oh look, I want it, and I want the perfect relationship, they don't even have the perfect relationship. And some of them are really thinking of breaking up, so enjoy it while you can, and I'll see if a man walks into my life before the end of the year, and if the grapes work, or if the grapes just serve for me to have a little bit of acid reflux on the 1st of January. Loved you guys. I love you guys, and I loved spending time with you guys. Truly, I think this was one of my favorite episodes to record. Maybe ever, or maybe just in the longest time. I'm really falling back in love with you guys and this whole process. So, yay! I don't know. I think good things are coming. I think there's some people with potential. Clip how many times I've said that. I wish I could go back and find those clips, but I don't have the peace of mind or the time to do that. So, but I think I've said that like maybe like 20 times. I'll keep pushing through. Maybe one day I'll find him. Maybe he's me. Bye.